Let us speak about something that no one else is speaking of. We are going to be discussing the princes of darkness that operates behind the world nations. And yes, I mean the nations. Each nation of people has their own prince of darkness attached to it. And we're going to understand the root of this, why this is so, and much, much more. So, Shalom Mishpaka, I greet you, brothers and sisters, in the name of Yahusha HaMashiach, Baruch Bahashem Yahuwah, the Most High. I'm sure you've all read the book of Daniel, chapter 10, where Daniel was fasting for 3 weeks of days. Mind you, that was 21 days, but that does not mean that he was fasting continuously. It was not 21 continuous days because it's not lawful to fast on the Shabbat. So Daniel fasted 3 weeks of days, 21 days. He started on the first day of the month and he ended on the 24th day, showing that 3 days were subtracted. Those would be 3 Shabbat days. Now back to the topic. So I'm sure you've read Daniel chapter 10 and you've seen that Gabriel, he was held back by the princes of darkness that is associated to a particular nation. And that is that nation right there, Paraz. Let's read it, Mishpaka. And he said to me, O Daniel, man greatly appreciated, understand the words that I speak to you, and stand upright, for I have now been sent to you. And while he was speaking this word to me, I stood trembling. And he said to me, do not fear, Daniel. For from the first day that you lay your heart to understand and to humble yourself before Allah, your words were heard, and I come because of your words. But the head of the rulers of Paraz withstood me 21 days, and see, Michael, one of the chief heads, come to help me. For I had been left alone there with the sovereigns of Paraz. The sovereigns of Paraz, that is not human being like you and I. That right there are evil ruachot that are attached, and they lead Paraz astray. How about Ephesians chapter 6, verse 12? But let us read from verse 11. Put on the complete armor of Allah, for you to have power to stand against the schemes of the devil, because we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against authorities, against the world rulers, that right there, against the world rulers of the darkness of this age, against spiritual wickedness in the Shemaim, in heaven. Shemaim is heaven in Hebrew. How about Revelation chapter 16, verse 13 and 14? And I saw out of the mouth of the dragon, and out of the mouth of the beast, and out of the mouth of the false prophet, 3 unclean spirits as frogs. For they are spirits of demons, doing signs which go out to the sovereigns of the entire world, to gather them to battle of the great day of Yahuwah, El Shaddai. How about 1 John 1, chapter 5, and verse 19, that reads, we know that we are of Allah, and all the world lies in the wicked one. And now for Isaiah, Yeshayahu, chapter 14, beginning from verse 12. All you have fallen from the Shemaim, O Hillel, son of the morning. You have been cut down to the ground. You who laid low the Gentiles. For you have said in your heart, let me go up to the Shemaim. Let me raise my throne above the stars of Al. And let me sit in the mount of meeting on the sides of the north. Let me go up above the heights of the clouds. Let me be like the Most High. But you are brought down to the grave, to the side of the pit. Those who see you stare at you and ponder over you, saying, is this the man who made the earth tremble, who shook rains, who made the world as a wilderness and destroyed its cities, who would not open the house of his prisoners? All the sovereigns of the Gentiles, all of them were laid in esteem, everyone in his own house. But you have been thrown from your grave like an abominable branch, like the garment of those who are slain, thrust through with a sword, who go down to the stones of the pit, like a trampled corpse. Verse 20, you are not joined with them in burial, for you have destroyed your land and slain your people. Let the seed of evildoers never be mentioned. And let us not forget that 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 4 lets us know that Hasatan is the mighty one of this world. So Mishpachah, it should be understood and it should be seen throughout all these scriptures that Hasatan, he has authority over this earth. He was given dominion to carry out his purpose. He also has sovereigns that leads these nations astray. And if it's not yet clear there, let us go into the book of Jubilees, and we're going to be reading in Jubilees chapter 10. This is just after Noah would have divided the earth amongst his three sons, Ham, Shem, Japhet. This is after the division of the earth, when all men were walking upright. Let's read that Mishpachah. Let's see what changed. Again, this is Jubilees chapter 10. It reads, and in the third week of this Yobel, which is Jubilee, the unclean demons began to lead astray the children of the sons of Noah, and to mislead and destroy them. And the sons of Noah came to Noah, their father, and they informed him concerning the demons which were leading astray and blinding and slaying his sons' sons. And he prayed before Yahuwah, is Eloah, and said, Eloah of the spirits of all flesh, who has shown kindness to me and has saved my sons and I from the waters of the flood, and has not caused me to perish as you did the sons of destructions. For your favor has been great towards me, and your kindness has been great to my being. Let your favor be lifted upon my sons, and let not the wicked spirits rule over them, lest they should destroy them from the earth. But may you barak my sons and I, that we may increase and multiply and fill the earth. You know how your watchers, the fathers of these spirits, acted in my day. And I'm a pause. The watchers are the angels of the Shemaim, the heavens, that came down to earth, and they made for themselves bodies, and they laid with mortal women, and they bore the giants, which bore the Nephilim. Yeah, and they were like different strains of giants on the earth in the days of Noah. That is why Yahuwah would have flooded the earth to get rid of the giants, and of course get rid of the evil people that lived upon the earth, because it was in man's heart to act wickedly in those days. So that is what Noah is referring to right there. Yes, and about the Watchers being the fathers of these evil spirits? Yeah, evil spirits are the disembodied spirits of the Nephilim, the giants, and all of those. That's what roams the earth today. Demons, on the other hand, are different. Demons actually come from angels, fallen angels. Demons are fallen angels. Evil spirits are the disembodied spirits of the giants, the Nephilim, and the other strains of giants that came from the Watchers. And TikTok, this is for entertainment purposes. I do not want another violation from TikTok. I do not. Let's continue reading verse 5. And as for these spirits which are living, imprison them and hold them fast in the place of condemnation. And let them not bring destruction on the sons of your servant, my Alua, for these are evil and created in order to destroy. Verse 6. And let them not rule over the spirits of the living, for you alone exercise rule over them. And let them not have power over the sons of the righteous, from this time and forever. And Yahuwah, our Alua, commanded us to bind them all. So Yahuwah would have commanded angels to bind them all, right? They were all bind up. All of these evil spirits that were on the earth, that were blinding men, slaying men, leading them astray, they were all commanded to be bind up. Now, when they were bind up, let's read about what happened. Verse 8. And the chief of the spirits, Mastima, came and said, Adonai, Creator, let some of them remain before me, and let them listen to my voice. So let's read that back again. He said, Adonai, Creator, let some of them remain before me, and let them listen to my voice, and do all that I say to them. For if some of them are not left to me, I shall not be able to execute the power of my purpose on the sons of men. For these are for corruption and leading astray before my right ruling. For the wickedness of the sons of men is great. So here we see the chief of the spirits, Mastima, asking Abba Yahuwah that he leave some of men to him so that he can lead them astray. Remember, before Satan can do things, they need permission. They need permission from Abba Yahuwah. Did Yahuwah grant him that permission? Let us read verse 9. And he said, let the 10th part of them remain before him, and let 9 parts descend into the place of condemnation. Now that is Yahuwah. Yahuwah was saying, let the 10th part. Now imagine a pie that is cut into 10 equal parts. 10 equal parts. Of that 10th part, only 1 part, 1/10, is going to be left to Yahuwah. And the remaining 9 parts are going to be given over to condemnation, the place of condemnation. So, Satan was given authority to rule over the 9th part of the world, 9th part of men. So I guess the question remains, does this still stand? Does Satan still have authority over the 9th part of men, 9th part of the world? Yeah, he does. He still does. He still does. He still does. That is why we see what is going on with these world nations. That's why all of these world nations are collectively working to bring the kingdom of darkness on the Eretz, on the earth, basically. Eretz is earth in Hebrew. So now, Mishpaka, as we observe the world that we are in, as we continue to see things being unfolded before our eyes, as we continue to see what these nations are doing, please know and understand that they are working behind the powers of the kingdom of darkness, who are attached to their very nation.